Hello, Forest Box kids. Miss Katie here. This week we are drawing a colored pencil hummingbird. The only materials you are going to need are your colored pencils in red, brown, dark green, black, and then your number 2 pencil and your paper. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you some basic steps first to help you see where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. We are going to start with a curved line, a very loose S. And upon this line, we're going to build an oval, a circle, and a curved triangle. And we're going to go from there to build wings and a beak. And then we are going to add eyes and a few feet, and from this point on, we are only going to be erasing lines and then adding in some lines on the wings and going in with our colored pencil. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start by going over our basic elements of design. We have line, shape, and let me put this next to it so we can see what we'll be using. Line, shape, form, value, space, color, texture. We are definitely using lines and some shapes. We're doing circles and ovals. We are definitely using form with our color. We're going to be using our dark to light fading. We are using different values with our colors. We are not using space, but we will be adding some texture. As you see on the breast of this hummingbird, we have a whole bunch of little U's, and that's going to create the feathers on the chest. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put our bird up at the top and put these instructions right here at the bottom, and I am a lefty, so I'm going to put my paper here. Okay, so we are going to start with our number 2 pencil, and we are going to go in and we're going to create kind of a really loose curved line. All right. And if you want to use half of your paper, you can. It is really up to you. I'm going to go in. Kind of like that. And I'll make it darker for you. Just a loose curved line. And on this section here, we're going to do an oval, but the oval is going to be tilted along this line. So around the main middle, we're going to create a round oval. Okay? And then up here, we're going to create a circle. Now, the reason we have it tilted, this line curved this way, is we want the head not sitting straight across a diagonal, but we want it sitting more up high on this oval. So this line is a guide point. We want our circle to be sitting right in the middle, right on top of this line, so that it's even on both sides. Just like that. Okay, down here, this is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to create a couple of curved lines that curve to the tip of the line, and they're just leading off of the oval. And so we have done step 1 and step 2 here. All right, for step 3, we're going to go ahead and start with our beak. And here we're just going to draw a couple lines out like this. And then from here, we're going to create a long, skinny beak. Okay? And then now we're going to create 2 wings. We're going to have 1 wing, and then we're just going to use 2 lines. 1 line, and then the other. And then we're going to do the same thing on the back, but this is going to be a shorter wing to give the impression it is flapping away from us. And maybe I will make that a little bit like that. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to connect the circle and the oval. We're going to put a curved line between the two, just like that. Okay? And we have finished with all of these 3 steps. I'm going to move this away. And then what we have left is to draw our eye. And this is going to be toward the front of the head. So we're going to put on this side of the line a little circle. An eye really brings it to life. And then we're going to draw two sets of 3 curved lines. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'll show those to you nice and close. Those represent feet. Okay, now we are all set to start erasing the lines we do not need. Okay, we're going to erase all the lines inside the bird. And that line between the wing and the body. We're going to erase the line between the beak and the head. And any rough lines around the edges that you want to clean up. Go ahead and do that now. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add some texture lines for our bird. We're going to add 2 to 4 lines going down. Let's just do 3. Starting here, let's pretend we have this oval, the end of that oval, and we'll use that as the starting point. We're going to do 3 lines, 2, and they're all just going to lead to the tip, and 3. Okay, and then you can erase that line, but that will help. Yeah, we'll erase it. Okay, and then for the wings, what we're going to do is we're going to create a little line here. And then from this line, let me bring it up to you close. We're going to draw lines going down the wing, kind of like rays of the sun protruding outward. And here where the wing attaches to the body, we're going to have it come in and up a little bit. Okay, and then here on this back wing, we're going to draw a line dividing those 2 sections, and from here we're going to draw lines outward. Very nice. Okay, now from this point on, we are ready to go to our colored pencil. And we do have some clear divisions of color, and I'm just going to use my colored pencil to draw those divisions. If you want to go in and try to draw them with a pencil to start, you may, but I'm going to go in straight with color. I'm going to start with our green, okay? And I'm going to start at the back of the head, and I'm going to loop. Let's start with the beak, actually. That'll help us create a dividing line between the green and the red. Where the beak meets the head, we're going to draw an angled line. I want you to see that, okay? And then we're going to color this beak in black, okay? Nice and dark. Okay, and then let's go ahead and color this eye in. It's gonna make a big difference. The eye is my favorite part. Okay, so the bird is coming to life already. So from this point, we're gonna use the tip of this beak as a guiding line, and we're gonna create kind of a curved line down to the back of his neck. And from this point upward, we're gonna color in green. All right, now we're going to create form with every section that we do. What we're going to do here is we're going to use really dark pressure or hard pressure to make dark green on the outside. Let's go ahead and make a nice outline now, pushing harder. And we're going to create that dark to light fade using different pressure, dark pressure to light pressure. And we're going to do that around the edge of the head, dark to light. And you can see I did it here, and that gives you the impression of form and 3D. So I'm going to go around, and I'm going to start dark and come out light. I'm going to go all the way around creating this. Okay, there we go. It's looking great. Okay, so now we are going to do our red, and our red is really fun. We're going to start here, and we're just going to create like a curved line that goes to the top of the wing. Okay, and let's go ahead and color this section of the neck red. And you don't want super hard pressure at the beginning because we won't be able to create form if you've already made it as dark as it's going to go. Okay? So we've got this section. And then right here, we're going to do it with red. We're going to start dark. We're going to create a dark line. And then start dark and fade out. And we can even do that on the back of the neck. Create that dark line, dark, and fade out to light. It is looking really good. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up our green. We are going to do this back wing, and to give the illusion that this back wing is going to be is farther away, we're going to darken it. Okay, this whole section we're going to make it pretty dark. So this back section here, let's make that pretty dark. We're not going to create that form. The whole section is just going to be darker. Okay? All right. So let's create a line from where the wing meets the back of the neck, and we're going to carry it down to this line. We're going to let them meet each other. Okay? And so let's go ahead and create, and we're going to go a little lighter now. We're going to, just like with the head, we're going to have a lighter section. Not crazy light, but light enough where we can create that form. We're going to do this green, this section green. Good. Okay, so the form is going to start at the top of the wing and fade lighter as we go down. So I'm going to create a dark line at the top and fade down. Nice. All right, this bird is coming alive. Okay, now the last thing we have is a green section. This last feather on the tail, we're going to create a line that kind of meets all the way. We're going to bring these two together, and this whole section is going to be green. So let's color this section in green. This one section on the back of the tail. And I'm going to go ahead and create form here by going dark here to light, okay? Dark, and I'm just going to let it go lighter as I go down. And there you go. Okay, so now the last color we have is brown. We are going to do a couple things. We're going to start by creating a line, just so that we know it's going to go here all the way down along this green section. Okay? Let's go ahead and we'll start there. And we are only fading here. We're not going to color the whole thing in brown. We're going to leave it as if the breast of this bird is white. So we're going to start by coloring, and we are going to fade out. And it actually, it's going to fade. These feathers are going to become white too. So we're going to fade into nothing at the bottom. So we're going to pretend, remember we had that oval here. So let's just color this little section in around the bottom of the bird, the body of the bird, where that oval was, okay? And from this, we will fade up and we will fade down. Let this fade into the white. And we have this feather dark all the way through. We're going to let this one be dark. It's going to create a nice outline for this bird. Okay? And then from this point up, we're going to fade it into the white belly. And it can be messy. Nothing is perfect. We can make this a little bit darker. Create some visual interest. All right, I am happy with that. And then we're going to use the brown to trace this feather right there that was in the middle. Okay, it's looking really good. All right, one of the last things we have to do, we're almost done actually, is we're going to use our black pencil now, and we're going to create texture on the belly and the breast of this bird. These are a whole bunch of just little U's. I'm just going U, 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 and I'm spotting them around the breast of the bird. And it's actually going to go up from this white and brown section up into the red section. So now I'm just going to get started with a whole bunch of little U's in different places. And this is, we're using the element of design called texture now, creating texture. And we'll go all the way out to where the brown meets the wing, and we will go up through all of the red. And you can use as much as you want here. Take your time. It is a really great element to add, and it changes the bird and gives him a lot more of a lifelike look, and also gives your picture more visual interest. Okay, wow, he's looking great. Let you see close up. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna outline our bird. So we're gonna go all the way around. The beak is already dark, so I'm gonna start at the edge of the beak and go down and around. I'm gonna pass the feet and then pause and go back up and trace those 3 lines for each of the feet. And then I'm gonna finish, and I'm just going around the edges. When I hit the wing, I am going to outline first, and then I'm going to trace my pencil lines. Just like that. Okay, and then I am going to trace the outline of this one. And these pencil lines again. And here, I am going to, let's start the beak. I'm going to go up and around the head. And I'm going to make sure to go all the way down the back of the head, and around the edge of the red, to separate this wing from the body so that we know it's flying at the back, okay? And it is behind the bird. Wow, and we are all done. The last thing you can do if you like is if you have any pencil marks left over that you want to clean up, go for it. And then a little bit of black was erased, so I'll put those back again. And we are all done. Great job drawing your hummingbird. Now don't forget to add I'm going to use my black, add your initials at the bottom. And please hang it up or put it on your fridge or give it to someone as a gift. Great job, guys. I will see you next time.